Questions on the Box, now on BBC One. You're watching television.
Thank you very much indeed. Hello and welcome to the first of a brand new series of It's Only TV But I Like It. Phill and Julian have both been busy while we've been away. Phil's been signed up to host a new 3-hour breakfast radio show. It didn't take much persuading. After hearing the words 3 hours and breakfast, it was a done deal. Meanwhile, Julian's been busy entertaining the troops in Afghanistan. He took a platoon of Marines up the Khyber. With Phill this week, the legend that is Terry Wogan, ladies and gentlemen. Now, both Terry and Phill are morning DJs. Terry's listeners on Radio 2 are called Togs, Terry's old geezers, while Phil's listeners on the new Six Music are called Kevin, Ian and Bob. I haven't missed it, have I? And on Phil's left this week, Mr. Ainsley Harriott. Ainsley lost his hair in his 20s working as a chef. He realised it had gone when he heard, "Waiter, there's an afro in my soup." With Julian this week, it's BBC royal correspondent Jennie Bond. To make Jennie feel at home, we've sat her next to a queen, and before the show, we took her on a walkabout around Phill. And completing the lineup tonight, Joe Mace, ladies and gentlemen. Evening, Joe. Young Joe presents the Saturday show and gets up at the crack of dawn every weekend. Well, no point packing the paper round until you see if the TV works out, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, these are our teams. OK, well, our first round is TV Trivia, where we give the teams 3 clues to an infamous moment of telly history. Phil's team, what do you think links these 3 clips?
Just have a feel of your onions. Have a little grope of your onions there. Butter. A touch of butter in there.
I don't know how to wear my braces. Should they be like that or like that?
Immer Magnet sein für junge Mädchen, eventuell, die noch in dem falschen Glauben sind, hier schnell und einfach viel Geld zu verdienen, ja?
So that's frying pans, Wendy Richard and a prostitute. What do you think could be the link?
I detect a kind of German theme here. There's the Lederhosen, there's the German... What did you say she was?
She was a lady of the night, Terry.
We were never allowed those when I was a lad.
Tell you what, we'll have a whip round for you after the show.
I was hoping that you could see your way clear.
It's never too late.
Thank you. Thank you.
Only if we can watch.
Yeah. Somebody will have to help me.
Are you in, Jennie?
Always nice to see Ainsley tossing over a hot ring.
What are you like? He's thoughtfully provided his own butter, Julian.
A knob of. I'm often to be found in the kitchen, you know, bent over a fat fryer.
It's EastEnders, I'd say. It's something from EastEnders.
Because I was thinking it was a food and drink programme. I thought maybe Jilly went mental one week and goes, "Oh, I'm getting onions, I'm getting Wendy Richards. I'm getting a big German prostitute."
Can I say, if it is an EastEnders theme, then is that the Mitchell brothers just at the end there?
And it looks like they've got the stockings on, ready to go and burgle someone.
It's going to be a marvellous show. I've just got a feeling in my water. I'm thrilled with my guest, Joe Mace.
Thank you.
Named after something that sprays in your face. Royal correspondent. Gosh, do you think I'd make a good beef eater? Let me tell you, I'm very good. So, I think it's EastEnders as well.
Before I get your answer, because it's your question, I'm going to come back to you for your actual answer.
You're a hard man.
Sometimes.
It's the Enders. I don't know what happened. I mean, there's Janine's the prostitute and Wendy and Frying Pan.
You want to stay away from
We're too vague.
I know. Pauline Fowler hit her husband over the head with a frying pan because he was having doings with a loose woman.
Let's see if you're right. Here we go.
Pauline, this ain't gonna solve anything!
No, but screwing some frustrated old prostitute didn't it? That was all right.
But it didn't mean anything to me, it meant nothing to me!
You stay away!
But Pauline, please, that's...
Stay away from me!
Bingo! You were absolutely right. It's the moment Pauline brained Arthur with a frying pan. Apparently, Wendy Richard and Bill Treacher didn't get on in real life too well. In fact, Wendy insisted they filmed that scene 28 times. Wendy Richard has failed her driving test 6 times. 5 times on the 3-point turn and once when she insisted on running over Tiffany. Julian's team next. What connects these 3 clues?
Oh, you've no idea how we lived. I fancied 5 of us in one bed. And the nightmen had come and knock at the door. And if that man found 3 of us in that bed, my mother was brought to the court and fined 5 shillings.
One of the allegations is that we're seeking a divorce.
The questions kept coming.
The whole thing is an absolute monstrous fabrication and a lie.
There are always pursuits like gambling, and the more I looked at it, the more I came to realise that it wasn't compatible with rationality.
So poor up north, they're still in black and white.
Something in that black and white film, I don't know if we can see the bit where the kid is on the lamppost. That's obviously before the invention of swing ball, and off camera there I think there are 2 people with huge tennis rackets just batting him casually around that lamppost.
Oh, it was tough in those days, wasn't it?
It's harsh.
But we were happy.
Well.
I've never been poor, but I have been hard up. With a landlord on my back.
Yeah.
And as for Neil Hamilton, Neil Hamilton in my day would be an invitation.
I actually think it's something to do with them probably being on one of those game shows, the Millionaire.
Well, I was there that night.
You were there?
They were on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We're trying to raise money for poor, impoverished Muppets, like on the left there. It was a film question.
All right.
And when they didn't get it right, she burst into tears and just, we're a joke, we don't get anything right. It was just a bloody joke. I laughed my crabs off for a week.
Jenny, have you ever used the phrase "laugh my crabs off"?
When I shout tomorrow,
I think you can slip it in quite easily.
I think I could.
Well, they've kind of edged towards and I said, what do you have anything to say?
It was the Hamiltons on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You didn't.
She lost a load of money.
Did you have that in your head?
I did.
Had he mentioned it to either of you 2?
Yes, he did.
When?
Yes.
You are covering for him.
You did.
And you, a friend of the
We
Queen.
all knew.
Let's see what the answer actually is.
Jessica Lange, let's go for it.
You had £4,000?
This is where he tortures us.
You've just lost £3,000. It was.
I knew this would happen.
David, I knew this would happen.
Can't bear it. We've lost all that money.
Christine, haven't you still go away with £1,000?
We've failed for the charities. We've completely failed for those kids.
Extraordinary.
You are right, that is the moment that Christine Hamilton personally let all the children of the world down. And as you know, contestants get a number of lifelines. On that show, the Hamiltons were fine with the 50-50 and asked the audience, but they were stumped when asked to phone a friend. Don't groan at me. So at the end of that round, well, I'm going to give you 1 point.
Why?
Well, because you got it right, but you got it right after them. You didn't leap in time. And I'll give you 2 points for the second one. But in the first one, I gave you the 1 point and you the 2 points, so it equals out beautifully at 3 each, ladies and gentlemen. How nice that is. Oh, it's exciting tonight. Our next round is called Let's All Laugh at Foreigners.
Hurrah!
We're going to show the team's 3 entries from the 1979 Eurovision Song Contest, which was held in Israel. The teams have to tell me which one got the least points. First up, from Switzerland, it's Peter, Sue and Mark with a song called Trödler und Co.
Wir sind
I mean, people nowadays think that the Eurovision Song Contest is bad. Have a look at that.
OK, well, there's more to come, you'll be pleased to know, because next, from the Netherlands, singing Colorado, it's Xandra.
Colorado, over the sea, Colorado.
Colorado. Oh, those were the days, weren't they?
And finally, from Germany, it is the frankly terrifying, and I'm warning you now, this takes some watching, Genghis Khan.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to ask the teams now, who got the least points? Is it Can't Sing, Will Wing, or Emperor Ming?
Well, they're all very catchy. They've got sense of humour. No, we'll all be singing them all the way home.
What does Prince Philip listen to? Do you know? Can he hear?
Classical, I would think.
Classical?
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
Light classical with a slight Teutonic edge, perhaps.
You mean James Last?
James Last. That is probably the first recorded sighting of James Last on a BBC One show for 12 years.
Well, I'm not as enthusiastic as Jenny about any of them. But the one I like least, the one we think got the least marks, is what we've been asked.
Yes, that's right.
Horsey Woman in the middle.
That was Xandra from the Netherlands.
Yeah. Now living in a field somewhere, I should think.
I think she's quite fetching.
Each to their own.
What about that fellow at the end blowing on the hose? Does he do nothing for you, Julian?
No, I thought it was like Changing Rooms the musical, that act.
Yeah.
It's got everything in it. It's got a little vase of flowers, it's got a satellite dish, and it's got at the back the Stargate through which they've all come.
There's a bloke playing a rake trying to be funky here. This is mate. Look at him.
Look at that.
How do you sound check a rake? Oh no, my rake's a bit toppy.
You know what he's doing wrong though? He's actually scared of his instrument. Look at that. You can't play it if you're scared of it.
Are you scared of your instrument?
I should be, but I've overcome the fear. And now I've learned to love the beast.
How does he do it, eh?
I don't know what is with the...
Come on, Ainsley. I bet you're quite a good mover.
I've been known to, you know.
I read that once you met a young lady, and on the dance floor, surrounded by the hurly-burly and the pell-mell of other sweaty dancers, you did the wild thing. How can you do it on a dance floor?
It's a black thing, man.
I can barely do it in bed some nights. And what about afterwards? Didn't you want to immediately go to sleep? Did she have to drag you off? I'm out like a light afterwards.
That's age, mate. That's what
I need
happens
15
when you get
minutes,
older.
Kip. I can't do anything.
This is when I was a young man.
I can't even wipe my own spit off. She has to do everything. What was the music that was playing?
Anybody who's a soul boy will remember it was that great song, How Long Can You Keep It Up? Ding 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 ding. Keep it up. Do you remember that one?
Hold it. I can't stop. Not until I've finished. Jennie Bond is trying to pick me up. Can you believe it? I'm still not clear as to what your final answer is. Is this me, or are you still...
You want to go with the Lord of the Rings people at the end there?
Genghis Khan.
The answer is, and I can tell you now, that the Netherlands and Xandra got the least points. So congratulations to Julian Steve. Incredibly, Germany, the band you chose, they were fourth with 86 points.
I have an uncanny knowledge of this thing.
The points in the round then, I see that because Phill refused to listen to Terry, they're in second place with 3 points, but because Julian's team are working together properly and efficiently, they have 6 points. They're in the lead. Congratulations. During the Eurovision, though, I know you enjoy it. You obviously enjoy it, and your enjoyment comes across, and that's why it's so much fun for us. But you've run into trouble. Where is it? You're not allowed back in several countries, I believe. Are you, Terry?
I can never go back to Copenhagen again. I just managed to pass a few gentle comments about the two presenters who were doing everything in rhyming couplets.
And what did you call them? You had a kindly expression.
Dr. Death and the Tooth Fairy. actually sent me an email, and this fella sent me, "So, you English, you think you are the best in the world. Well, you're nothing, you cocksucker."
You know what?
I'm Irish.
When you... OK, round 3 is channel hopping, where our guests have 90 seconds to act out clues to 5 TV themes for our team captains. Terry and Ainsley, I'd like to ask you to go first, if you would make your way round behind the giant screen that sits behind me there.
Readily.
Phil, I'm going to ask you, please, to don these hugely amusing television-themed earmuffs.
Hey, I'm liking them.
This week you're Noddy.
Hey, sweet.
Oh, look at that. It's as if Noddy still walked amongst us. There's your remote control. When you're ready, let the channel hopping commence.
Oh my Christ, butterflies.
Butterflies it is, correct.
Is it RTV Digital? Scouts, Cubs. School uniform, schoolboy, Cubs. Father Clock.
Father Clock?
Hang on. Question time.
It is question time. Well done.
It's a knockout.
It's a knockout, it's correct. Good work, man. Go on, Terry, milk it.
Night time. Good night. Night and day.
Night and day it is. Wow. Good work, mate. Take them off. Good work. I love that, please, sir. Well, you know, good work, Terry. Ainsley, some of your best work, if it makes sense.
Thank you very much.
You've got 4 out of 5 right. You know the one you got wrong? The one Ainsley was doing? Man-child. Man-child. Julian, you ready? We've had Noddy.
It'll be big ears.
I think it's big ears. There you go.
Oh, this might bring me out in a rash.
Try it, you might like it.
It doesn't fit. It's a design fault.
Well, let's see. Can you... Oh. But there you go.
Yeah, it's not over my ears. Oh, someone needs the sack.
Well, look, let's see what... Yeah, let me assist you here. Hold on.
No one's head's that shape.
What, what's going on up here?
Don't be so rough.
I can't help it. It's my first time behind you. I intend to make the most of it.
No, mind the makeup.
Now put the harness on. There's your remote control. Let the channel hopping commence.
I'd like to meet on him. TJ Hooker.
TJ Hooker, well done.
$9.99.
$9.99, well done. Yeah, I knew you'd do that.
Love, peace, love, peace, love, love, peace, love.
Is it, ab fab?
No, it's closer, no, not bad.
Peace, love, peace, 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 peace.
Hippies?
Yes, hippies, good guess.
I don't watch those sort of things. No, I'm sorry. Exposure.
Northern Exposure. Very good work. Oh, that's it. That's it. Good work. Come back. Come back. Nice work. You did fantastic. Well, you got 4 out of the 5. Do you want to know the one you didn't get?
Yes.
You didn't get Survivor.
Oh, that was a bit hard, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm sure you did it very well.
Congratulations. So at the end of that round, I see that the scores now stand 10 points to you. You're in the lead. You have 7 points. Round 4 celebrates the eternal truth that with age comes wisdom. Everyone knows that Granny knows best, except when it comes to spotting a bogus roofer. If you don't want to know who our grannies are describing, look away from your screens at home now. OK? So for 5 points, can you tell me which TV programme or personality our old folk are talking about?
I should imagine he's about 40 or something like that, you know. He's small and tubby sort of thing, you know.
I would say he's in his 60s now.
He does commentary on like anything going like football, anything he describes, or anything going like on the broadcast. If someone's ill, he fills a gap.
Is what I would like in a man.
His wife's dark hair, is tubby. I think he's got about 3 children or 4, yeah.
OK, Julian, I'm going to ask you and your team to go first.
Is it Father Christmas?
With 3 children.
You sound a fine figure of a man.
Not Fiona Bruce.
David Dimbleby?
Yeah, David Dimbleby.
David Dimbleby's going to be your answer? You're going to be third over the other team?
I think it's me.
40 to 60?
Yeah. So?
I tell you, you're pushing your luck, Terry.
I know what these people are like. These are my listeners.
Really? What do you think, team captain?
I'll go with Terry.
You're going to go with Terry for Terry?
Yeah.
You're right. Congratulations. Good work. It was literally right under your noses.
Can we see the rest of what they got?
Let's see the rest of what they had to say.
Shut those old fools up.
But his hair is a bit grey at the sides, and I don't know where all his waves have gone because they've just all gone. And it's only like, his hair's not as nice as it used to be.
Where's
but
your waves
the
gone,
voice,
Phil?
you just shut your eyes and you think, well, he did used to have curly hair.
He used to be a broadcaster with lots, didn't he? But I don't think he does it now.
Finished.
You're still there in the heart.
I changed my mind. These are not my people. They're your people.
Terry once owned Ireland's worst racehorse, called Wogan's Wager. He did eventually win a race, but only after it had been fed to a greyhound. Here's another teaser, so if you want to guess at home, look away from your screens right now. For 5 points, which TV programme or personality are the old dears talking about now?
He pawns the people and he picks out, he gets a lot of the goals, you know, and he sorts out, he lets them all do their little part sort of thing, and he picks out the best one, doesn't he?
Well, if you've seen the expressions on their faces, I mean, that was a comedy in itself, you know.
One's blonde, I believe, and one's dark, and one's got kind of a fringe, you know what I mean, the hair.
I mean, to go from nothing and then come nearly a millionaire, it must, you know, it must be awful.
They're all getting excited if they're going to win or not, don't they? You know, with the, what's her name?
OK, you know, with the what's her name, there's a clue for you.
Well, I thought it might be Michael Aspel, or there again, Chris Tarrant. So
that's narrowed it down then.
Just your shopping list of men you quite fancy.
You must keep touching me.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
But Joe, feel free to wade in.
He has been.
These are just comedy arms.
I often watch you on a Saturday morning while I'm enjoying a buttered soldier. said there are two of them, which makes me think of Ant and Dec.
Well, one blonde, one dark, and one with a fringe.
But, but no one becomes a millionaire.
I thought it might be a pop idol, because they said something about to become a millionaire from nothing and then...
Oh, that's good, pop idol.
Best.
I'm going to say pop idol.
OK, well, I'm going to ask the other team, and we'll see if you're right in a minute. Fellas, what do you think?
Big Brother or Survivor, something about the way she mentioned the million, there's 3 of them, maybe it's down to the... I'm not too sure.
It's one of them competition-y shows, isn't it?
I'm not giving you clues, Jupitus. Don't wink at me like that. Come on. Got 3 big men sitting over there. Look at that. I'm surprised this side of the studio hasn't gone up on one side.
How'd you like to get home safely this evening?
Survivor.
You go Survivor?
Survivor.
You are wrong. You are right. Congratulations. They were talking about Pop Idol. We were all gripped by the likes of Will Young, Rick Wallow and Gareth Gates. Hang on a second. A gay one, a fat one and a strikingly handsome one with a speech impediment. Think up your own ideas for a show. That means at the end of that round you're still behind with 12 points. You're still in the lead with 15. I really do that. Our final round is a fingers on the buzzer race to the finish to test the teams on all things telly. So teams, if you're ready, here we go. Who was Randy in Coronation Street? Terry.
Everybody.
Percy's Budgie.
It was Percy Sugden's Budgie. Well done. Where did Wallace and Gromit go for a grand day out? Phill.
They went to a big plasticine prostitute.
No, not the answer.
They went to the moon.
They went to the moon. What TV2 make up this celebrity freak?
Jim Bowen.
Alf Garnett.
You're buzzing prematurely.
Mine isn't working.
It is working.
There was a long delay.
Well, there's going to be a delay because otherwise you'll be buzzing over each other.
Well, how awful.
Warren Mitchell and thingy from the Antique Show. It was known...
Oh, yes, David Dickinson.
You're correct, sir. Well done. OK, complete this TV phrase. Tonight, from Norwich, it's the
quiz of the week.
It's the quiz of the week. Another freaky celebrity on your screen. Who are these two?
Joan Collins on the right and
John Collins on the left as well.
It's Dec on the left.
No, it's Tommy Walsh. You know from Ground Force, look, Big Tommy. What did Doctor Who travel in?
It was a policeman's box.
I bet you were glued to the screen every week, weren't you?
It was the TARDIS.
It was the TARDIS. Who had Tricky Woo?
Me, last week.
Apart from Phill last week.
Winky Poo.
No. Don't start using the language of love with me. You're not at home with your wife now, you know. Apparently, Mrs. Pumphrey in All Creatures Great and Small.
Oh, thanks for that.
2 more TV faces that make up a freaky celebrity. Who are they?
Carol Smiley.
Carol Smiley and Jimmy Savile.
It is indeed. Never twain shall meet. Wow. That was fabulously exciting. And I'm delighted to tell you that we've ended with the scores at 19 points for your team, Phill. And Julian, for your team?
19.
19 points. Oh. Well done. Thank you, of course, to the great Terry Wogan, Phill and Ainsley Harriott, of course, Jennie, Julian and Joe as well. And for those who've dreamt of seeing Jennie Bond in Greece, set your videos right now. Here she comes. Thanks for watching. Good night.